The relationship between a parent and a child is so important, and in this instance, specifically between a father and a daughter. Growing up, I was always a daddy's girl, and believe it or not, my dad was my best friend growing up, and so as you get older, you don't even realize it at the time because it's your dad. You realize how important that relationship and that bond is, and so that's something that I hope audiences gain from watching this film.
Midnight Man, it's based off my family. You know, Jessica is my daughter, Alea, who also plays who actually plays the wife, and then the main character, it's supposed to be me. So seeing that, like from the outside view, is kind of like looking at, oh, this is what I thought my life kind of was, but obviously not. But when I write short stories, I kind of put myself in characters in the movie. Michael,
the backstory I came up for him was that he's a mechanic. He's kind of a, you know, he's a family man. Family is the biggest thing to him. It's the most important thing to him, and he doesn't have much else outside of that. You know, he likes to play baseball as you know, kind of like pickup games with his friends. But the main thing is, you know, family. Originally God, and I think in this film he has a newfound love for God, as you will see in the film.
They came to me and they asked me, hey, can you help us with our taxes? And I decided to do it, and they said, we'll pay you whatever we're paying our accountant. I said, fine. But then I said, instead of paying me, I've got this idea. I always imagine it being a short movie. Are you guys willing to do it? You know, trade services. And they thought, well, that's great. We don't have to pay anyone, and we can do what we do best, and it's great. And so we ended up. That's how we got married and did this project.
We sat down and kind of discussed a rough outline for it. Rick had a great short story, but it had to be converted into screenplay format. So Will and I discussed it a bit, but Will really tackled the script, and obviously showed that to Rick. We got his blessing on it, and went from there.
Well, you're trying to adapt someone's original vision. So like I was handed the original story that Rick wrote, and I was trying to adapt his vision to screen. And the challenge is that you want to, you know, writing a short story and the original screenplay are two different mediums, and you want to preserve the integrity of the original, but you still want to make sure, especially since the writer's right there, he's the producer of this, you want to make sure you keep his vision intact and make sure that it matches what he wants.
I talked to Rick a little bit about the story, and for him to tell me how long ago that he actually wrote it, and now to have it come to fruition.
The first time I saw, I guess, my vision come to screen, well, you know, it was a weird feeling. I'm like, okay, this is something that's, I guess, been in the process for 30, 40 years, and now I'm seeing it. So it's like you're giving birth after having labor for about 35 years, so you're kind of relieved.
That there's multiple layers to this, you know. You could see it from a religious standpoint, maybe it's an issue of faith.
So walking the line with a dramatic piece like this, that also has thriller elements, is you wanted to hit on all cylinders. Trying to balance those elements is, I think, kind of the trick to this. How much thriller, how much serious, how much sentimental.
Across the board on this shoot in particular, the cast was so solid. I wish I had horror stories to tell about the shoot, but I really don't, because it went really well.
So after, when someone watches it, I hope they feel like they want to hug their child and hold them close and tell them I love them, because you should do that to everyone you love, because you never know when that day is going to come when they're not going to be around again. So I think that's the focus, the closeness, the bond for families and parents and their children develop or have, and I hope that comes away, and you know, from the movie.
All right. We'll say thank you together.
Okay, thank you for watching. What? You said say
I know.
On three. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you for watching the behind the scenes of Midnight Man.
Hope you enjoy.
Let's do it again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Thank you for watching.
I don't think it works because we're like off or not.
Yeah. Okay, we got it. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for watching the behind the scenes of Midnight Man.
Hope you enjoy it.